right, you've heard a lot about saving for retirement, right? But what about your mental preparation? This new stage in your life comes with big changes, and our next guest says your mind has to be just as prepared. Joining me now, psychologist Dr. Catherine Smerling. Thanks for coming back. Good to see you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
You know, I find over and over again that men have such a hard time with retirement. They don't know what to do with themselves. Why is that?
I think that women are used to reinventing themselves. They go through different stages and they have different careers and different points where they can reinvent themselves as a mother, as a wife, as a working woman, as a...
So it's just another transition for them.
This whole thing is just a transition.
You know, you say that psychologically, when you get close to retirement, you start going through changes. What are those?
I think those changes are a lot of hesitation, a lot of feeling as though you're going to be out of the workforce, you're going to be put out to pasture, instead of looking at it as though it's an adventure.
So you see the downside.
The downside, but there's also a whole gamut. Some people really look forward to this because they have a hobby, they have a passion. And of course,
and that's the portfolio that you're talking about. So you're saying that there are things you can invest in, emotional things you can invest in that will help you through this process. One of them being work.
Absolutely. As Freud said, work and love keep you going. So work can transform itself, and you can do a different kind of work when you are retired. And you can do something that you've never done before.
People do a lot of volunteer work.
A lot of volunteer
work. Help out people that they've always wanted to work with. I think that's great. You say relationships with a significant other and family is important.
That has to change. You can get to know your family. You can get to know your grandchildren, which is a joy and a pleasure. Everyone says that they should have had grandchildren before they have children. But it also changes your relationship with your significant other, because you have to respect the fact that you are in a new phase of life, and you also do things together. Plan on doing things together.
Well, wait a minute now. I think this is really important and interesting, in fact, because I think what happens to a lot of couples is they miss each other, they wanted more time together, but this much time, really? It's a lot of time.
I think you have to plan on having together time and not together time. You have to respect the fact that each of you are individuals and each of you have different interests. But you do have to make sure that you do continue to do something together, even if it's taking a walk together, because it's a different phase of life. And you have to respect that.
You also say growth. You can't just be static. You have to do new things.
Intellectual and physical growth is really important. You have to keep on working your mind, doing crossword puzzles, doing Ken-Ken, doing Scrabble, taking classes, going to museums, doing things that keep your mind active.
Cooking and gardening and playing golf.
And
that's my entire list. I can be busy. I don't have to work. You also talk about social relationships, and I think this is interesting because, you know, you have a network that is set around what you do for a living, and those people, a lot of those people are going to drop right out.
This is a great opportunity to meet new people and make new connections that you never made before. There are lots of groups that you can join. There are universities that you can go to that have all kinds of classes, extension classes. Use this as an opportunity for new things. It's an adventure. And it's an intellectual and physical adventure as well.
Do you think that you talk about how people aren't mentally prepared for that? I think so many folks are so caught up in the emotional drama around the savings and the actual financial portfolio.
Right.
Does that consume a lot of people's energies?
I think that always consumes people's energies, to the disadvantage of not putting enough emotional stock in what you're doing. And this is true throughout your whole life, but more important in retirement, because you will have more time to invest in your emotional self.
Dr. Catherine, recently there was a survey that said that most people these days don't even think they ever will retire. So thinking about retirement is sort of for many of us, a pipe dream probably, but a nice thought as well. Dr. Catherine, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.